covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now, coverage you can count on.
New details in a Butte County wild animal sanctuary investigation. Why animals were removed from their care today. Plus,
to the point that we have to act now.
it's a race against the clock to finish emergency work to prevent more flooding just north of Chico. We'll show you the potential impacts. But first, and new at 6, how Glenn County is making sure that they are ready for any flooding-related call. Glenn County is now under a state of emergency as flooding heavily impacts roads and homes across the community. Now, Deputy Director Amy Travis says 15 roads are still underwater and more flooding is expected. Action News Now reporter Nathan Espindula shows us what's being done to keep the people of Glenn County safe ahead of another storm.
A lot of roads are still underwater. We have 15 roads closed. Many of them are still in 2 to 3 feet of water, which could result in a lot of damage to those roads and bridges.
Glenn County has declared a state of emergency today as flooding continues to create major issues. Right now, there's no estimate on the extent of storm damage or how much it'll cost to repair. The county says this is because public work crews still can't access many areas to assess the damage.
We've had a number of disasters every single year for a number of years, and so the county is having difficulty funding the recovery, and so we may be needing state assistance.
It is extremely flooded in the road that connects Butte City to Butte County, and it is not safe for cars to go through. But as you can tell, that isn't stopping cars, and the reason is because this road is extremely crucial. This road connects Butte City to Butte County, and a lot of people that live in Butte City work in Butte County.
The roads being closed out here and just having to loop around has been the biggest problem. One day when Highway 32 was closed and I tried to go that way to work, and it got closed just right when I got there, and I just was going to be 2 hours late for work to have to go all the way back to Yuba City to get back to Chico. Also, my kids traveling to Chico State and Butte College, the road's closed here, so they have to go the long way around, and it hurts. Price of fuel is not cheap, and time is hard on us.
In Glenn County, I'm Nathan Espindula reporting for Action News Now.
Glenn County officials say free sandbags are available at the Willows and Orland Public Works yards. We also have a link to a list of road closures on our website. Just click on the news tab and then you will find news links. All right, well, we'll talk to Chief Meteorologist Howie Gordon now, tracking this new system. You've been looking at this thing heading our way since last week, yes, actually, and now it's knocking on our doorstep, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the radar, which we're going to go to in half a second from now, you're seeing it start to move in to the coastal range, that the rain and then the snow. Now, right now, snow levels over near the coastal range down to 1,000 feet, even parts of the valley. Sierra Cascades a little higher, 2,000, 2,500 feet. All of those levels will go up through the day on Thursday because no longer will we see the colder air out of the northwest. It'll start to take more of a west, out of the west trajectory. So warmer air, it'll push those snow levels up. But we're already seeing a little bit of rain and snow over there to the coastal range. Here's what we have now, flood watches and warnings. The warning still, Tehama Bridge, Sacramento River, high, and we're going to see more rain. Flood watch for the area with the anticipation of maybe 2 to 3 inches of rain. Temperatures again being held below average again with the cooler air moving down, as well as the clouds kind of keeping us on that cooler side. But showers and winds and snow all headed our way, and Jesse's got that jacket on and stay ready for it.
Yeah, thanks, Howie. Yeah, there's Jesse now. He's alive at Bonneview Boat Ramp in Redding. So, Jesse, what's the situation there?
Well, Alan, crews with the Shasta County Department of Public Works have been working all around the county, including here at the boat ramp. Now, I haven't seen them out here since I've been here, but they have a lot of work to do, removing debris and trash from culverts and water drainage systems. Damage was severe out here at the South Bonneview boat ramp. Here, take a look at this video. You can see the high water has just caused damage to the culvert here at the main entrance of the boat ramp, causing even the pavement to give way. Crews are going to take up to $5 million to fix that damage is what I am told. And right now they're just making sure that they can mitigate any potential future damage from the upcoming storm. Broadcasting live in Reading, Jesse Angelo, Action News Now.
Thank you, Jesse. And again, if you think that you might need some sandbags, we have a link for you in all the areas that you can find them in Reading and elsewhere in our region. Just click on news links. Emergency work is underway in North Chico to prevent Kiefer Slough from flooding further. This is near Hagen Ridge Road. Action News Now reporter Alejandro Mejia is just off of Kiefer and Hendridge. What is the latest that's going on there and the work that needs to be done, Alejandro?
Yeah, Alan, I've been here all day where crews have been making their way down Hagen Ridge Road. You see behind me there, and hoping that they're able to clear the sediment buildup that has been causing some major flooding throughout North Chico. Multiple homeowners reported major concerns to the county over sediment accumulation where Rock Creek and Kiefer Slough split into two branches. With a major storm rolling in this evening, county officials got the green light from private property owners to clean up the sediment on their land to prevent flooding downstream. I spoke with Butte County Supervisor Peter Durfee about his experience with the repeated flooding.
In 2019, what you see behind us here flooded as well, and it came down my street, which I live nearby, and it flooded my street nearby. The property owners that live out here, I think all they want is, to be safe. I think that's what everybody wants.
Durfee told me several of his constituents reached out to him about flooding into homes this last storm. Durfee says a majority of the sediment is due to the park fire, and he hopes the work will prevent future flooding and damage. And the goal is to have all of the sediment removal work done and completed by this evening. Reporting live in Chico, Alejandro Mejia, Action News Now.
Thanks, Alejandro. Now, Butte County plans to monitor Rock Creek and Kiefer Slough after the cleanup. Chico police are investigating reports of a drive-by shooting on Laurel Street near 18th Street. They say it happened just before 3 this afternoon. No one was hurt, but if you have any information, call Chico Police. New at 6, the state's top prospector is supporting revoking harmful pesticides from removing them from our crops. Attorney General Rob Bonta 8 other attorneys general sent a letter to the Environmental Protection Agency about its proposed ban on pesticides on common foods. Bonta says this proposal would ban pesticides on 70 food crops, but allowing it on 11 foods. That includes apple, asparagus, and citrus. The state has already banned pesticide on all state crops in 2020, but Bonta says that it's still a threat on imported foods. The Shasta County Elections Commission meetings are on pause until a lawsuit against the Registrar of Voters is resolved. After meeting with County Legal Counsel Joe Larmore in closed session, the Shasta County Board of Supervisors voted 4-1 to make that pause. This was yesterday. The decision didn't sit well, though, for the 2 people who filed the lawsuit against the Shasta County Clerk and Registrar, Tom Toller.
I understand you guys are afraid of the state. We cannot keep our country a free country if you are not willing to fight for free and accurately counted elections.
We're put in a situation right now where, can we go forward at this given moment? So I want to see this move forward.
Daniel Ladd and Laura Hobbs are the ones who filed the suit. They say it's to ensure that the Registrar of Voters, quote, performs his job according to state laws. We did reach out to Toller and his office last week about the lawsuit, but they did not want to comment. More than 6 years after the Camp Fire destroyed the town of Paradise, rebuilding still includes some tearing down. Crews started removing power poles that were in place since the Camp Fire. The town estimates that 80 to 90% of the power lines are now underground, but taking down unenergized poles requires coordination with PG&E and city planners.
The residents that were here probably before the fire is their biggest concern, and it was about safety. That was the #1 concern that we got after the fire.
And it's not just for safety, but also to make the town look cleaner. The mayor adds that it will also help attract potential home buyers. He says that the best case scenario is to have all underground lines in place by the end of the year. Then, 6 months later, have all the power poles taken down. The Butte County Jail will soon have 9 new employees in its behavioral health department. Behavioral Health Director Scott Kennelly says that in recent years, more people who end up in jail have behavioral health issues, including drug addiction. He says these additional employees will work to make sure inmates get mental health help while behind bars. It'll cost about $819,000 a year to pay for the positions, but Kennelly says AB 109 money will pay for it through 2028. Coming up on Action News Now at 6, a chance for you to get a one-of-a-kind bowl and some homemade soup. We'll tell you where you can grab a bite. Plus, Fish and Wildlife investigators are looking into a Butte County animal sanctuary, and there are new details today. We'll share them with you when we come back.